welcome back to 5 Tips in 5 Minutes. If this is your first time joining me, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, so we're continuing our conversation. Planning and organizing is the chapter that I'm talking about today from the handbook for teachers of African American children by Principal Kafele. All right, so the first tip, you want to make sure that you have a scope and sequence. Here we go from August to June. Our school year goes from August to June. So this scope and sequence is pretty much you having an idea of the standards that you're covering, the content that you're covering from August until June, right? So then you take that big long scope and sequence and then you break it apart into your lesson plans. Now some people do weekly lesson plans, monthly lesson plans, quarterly lesson plans. Whatever that looks like for you in your school, in your district, you just want to make sure that that planning is done. How you follow it, how you implement it, you let your students guide that part. But you at least want to plan and know, I'm going to use this book, I may use this YouTube video, I may use this for my read aloud, I might use this for my centers, right? And have all of those things done, have all those things in place so that it's not too many breaks and too much space inside of your actual day, which goes into organizing your day, right? When I was a classroom teacher, instrumental jazz music was playing as my students walked in. They put away their backpack, their take-home folders, ate breakfast if they needed to, and then their morning work was already on the table. We did reading, we did special area, we did lunch, we did recess, we did math, social studies, science, writing time, end of the day wrap up, right? I knew how my day was organized. Not to say that things didn't come in to interrupt my day, but I knew how my day was supposed to flow, and my students knew how the day was supposed to flow as well, right? And then you also want to organize your family interactions. Anytime you write a note, make a copy, take a screenshot. Anytime you write in Dojo, take a screenshot. Anytime you write and remind me, however you're interacting with your families. Not to say that anything bad is going to happen, but if a family says something and they say that you said it or that you talk to them a certain way, you want to make sure that you always are covering yourself. And you want to also make sure that you're organizing your grading system so that you can have conversations with families about how they can help their children at home. So you want to make sure that that grade book or grade system is also organized. And then the last thing, one of the most important things from this chapter is that you want to make sure that you provide structure. These children, African American children that he's writing about in this book, and the ones that you interact with on a daily basis, are depending on you for structure. When I was a classroom teacher, when I was a student in elementary school, I depended on my teacher for structure, right? Because there were times when I didn't know if the lights would be on or the water would be on. And I had to, in many cases, depend on my teachers for that comfort and that structure of knowing, okay, everything is going to be okay. And you have to be that for those students as well, because your classroom, your school may be the only safe haven that they have. They are depending on you for structure. I'm telling you that from experience. I've had to provide breakfast. I've had to provide snack. I've had to provide lunch. I've had to provide dinner for students. I've had to provide uniforms for students. So they are depending on you for this structure. Something as simple as where does my pencil go? What do I do with my pencil breaks? Where do I put these materials when I'm done? Those small things provide that structure that that kid needs in order for them to be successful. And it's in your hands to make sure that it gets done with the resources that you have available to them. All right. So we're talking about planning and organizing, having that scope and sequence, having those lesson plans, organizing your day, organizing your family interaction, and making sure that you provide the structure that your kids need, that your students need. All right. So next week, we are focusing on managing our classrooms. We are halfway there. If you have implemented any ideas, if you love the videos, if you like the videos, please comment, please share, please subscribe so that we can continue this conversation and make an impact for our students. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week.